if it's a small intestine ulcer, then it's not the same as a stomach ulcer. So I don't feel the pain in my stomach. My stomach is located right about here, okay, in this section. I feel it lower here, or in here. That's where I feel it, right exactly there. Right about there. That's where it feels like, man, Waze is annoying. Because what happens with Waze, and I'll explain it to you. Let me get quiet for a minute. Okay. The reason why I wait after Waze is because Waze sends out a chirping noise that's very high pitch, and it messes with the sound of the speaker on the iPhone for the microphone, and it dulls it just a little bit, and I just want to make sure you understand me. Okay, so what it feels like is, it feels kind of like let's say a stomach ulcer, but in the intestine. It's kind of a cool burning sensation, maybe a little bit of gnawing, a little bit, and like an ulcer that maybe you would have like in your mouth or in your stomach. Now, my esophagus feels great. My actual stomach is fine. I don't have any like classic indigestion. It's not like that. You know how like when you have an ulcer or you wake up in the morning, sometimes you feel that kind of an indigestion in your stomach before you have breakfast? It doesn't feel like that. And there's no nauseousness. Now, I did feel one time like I was going to throw up, but I didn't, and that was because I had smelled something that was like musty or something. I don't remember exactly what I smelled, but it made me kind of gag. But no other things like that either. I think it might have been some of the indigestion stuff that I took, like the Yakult and that Kapocha, which is that Hindi medicine that they've been using for like 2,000 years. It kind of made me feel a little like I was going to gag or nauseous. But other than that, I don't feel nauseous normally. Okay, so there's no nausea, so I don't feel nauseous. I don't feel like acid reflux. It's not like that. I don't feel it in the esophagus. I don't feel it in the stomach. But it's almost as if I pulled a muscle, like right here. I thought that could be the case, and that would be very hard to heal if I pulled a stomach muscle. That's a possibility, because if it's a stomach muscle, then you have to relax, and you wouldn't be able to do any ab exercises. Here's another thing. It could be a stomach muscle issue. Now, I used to be the type of person that would do like 300 sit-ups every day. You know, like 10 regular sit-ups and then 250 crunches, you know. 10 regular sit-ups are pretty difficult. But sometimes I'd get up to 20 regular sit-ups. Now, in college, I could get up to 50 regular sit-ups at an incline. And sometimes I could even get up to 70 regular sit-ups at an incline, meaning at a backward incline. That's when I was studying Stanley Kowalski. I was doing that many sit-ups. And had probably 4-pack abs, maybe close to 6-pack abs. So throughout my entire life, I've always been a person that would do lots of sit-ups, a lot of sit-ups, like incline or just regular, like let's say crunches and things like that. Haven't been doing that lately, but I still get up the same. And when I run upstairs and stuff, I do it normal. And usually it's better to have ab exercises or doing sit-ups so that you don't pull a muscle, right? So your muscles are kind of strong and you're ready to move like quick or whatever. So I have not been doing sit-ups. So I thought about maybe trying to do some small sit-ups to see if it changes the feeling of it. And if it does, then I could diagnose that as a pulled muscle, because that would make sense. If I start doing sit-ups and I start feeling the same pain, then it would be a muscle rather than an intestine or a ulcer. Because I can't really classify it as an ulcer because, you know, I don't have an x-ray machine or whatever they use, sonogram or whatever they use to find ulcers. I don't know, a camera, I don't know how they do it. But regardless, I don't know. Now, I have noticed some diarrhea. Now, here's another diagnosis, and I hate to get specific, but my poop color was very dark. But I had eaten some weird stuff, that Yakult, right? The Yakult. So when I drank the Yakult, which is a Japanese culture, I think it can turn your poop kind of dark. because what it has is it has like 1 billion probiotics in it. So it's supposed to strengthen your digestive system. Now, I did feel better the other day, but let me I don't know. I cannot tell the difference between if it's a pulled muscle or if it's a small intestine ulcer. So I don't know. But it doesn't always hurt, and sometimes it irritates me and sometimes it doesn't. But I have noticed that sometimes when I eat something, then I can feel it a little bit more. So that's why I think it could be an ulcer rather than like a pulled muscle. But if it's a pulled muscle, it's going to feel similar, because pulled muscles also burn. And you can pull a muscle on your ab. Usually you don't. Sometimes, now I also have to consider this though, sometimes Linda likes to joke around and she'll punch me in the stomach just because, you know, she jokes around sometimes. And I'm trying to ask her, and I'm like, do you remember punching me in the stomach just joking around? And she said, no, I don't remember doing that. Because sometimes we like, you know, like she's like, oh, shut up, you know, and she'll like kind of hit me in the stomach just joking around. But I don't think she has done that anytime soon. So I don't know. I have to go through a lot of different possible theories of what it could be. I didn't read a whole lot today about, you know, like stomach problems and indigestion, but I might read more about that and then get back with you. All right. Oh, by the way, Merry Christmas coming up. Now, also, I was thinking about reading about what's called
watch out, vehicle on
for the next announcement. I also thought about reading about leaky gut. There's a thing called leaky gut. So I don't know if that comes with some irritation, but they do have a lot of probiotics for that too. I'll let you know how I feel next week, or if it gets any worse, I'll let you know. All right, so what I decided to do is maybe some stretches, like kind of stretching, and see if that will actually help. So just different stretches to see if you know, if it's gonna help on you know, kind of moving around. Doesn't really hurt there. Yeah, I felt that on my back right there. Feels similar to a muscle thing. Something I could have ran into something. I could have banged into something, and when I hit right here, I could have banged into something and not have been aware of it. That could have happened because I move around quick sometimes. But I gotta go pick up this Indian food. Get my bag. Yeah, it could have been something like that. I don't know. Oh, we'll find out eventually. My jaw hurt for a whole year if this guy punched me. Then I got an X-ray, and the doctor said there was absolutely nothing wrong with it. So it was all my imagination. The pain and everything, it was all my imagination. I felt this pain here for a whole year. Now, it doesn't hurt at all. It's really weird. It's like my senses will recall the pain, and the pain wouldn't relieve in there. Very strange. Could be that. This could be my imagination. And I'm pressing on it all the time, kind of irritating it. It's a possibility. Anyway, I'm at this Indian place right here, picking up some Indian food. It's a cool snowman. Apparently they're LSU fans. Cold Stone back there. I got some Cold Stone ice cream. I didn't eat it, but I mean, so there's a big difference between a shake and pricing. It's like a $2 different pricing in a shake than that other thing, which is like it's not a malt, but it's almost like a slushy. It's not a slushy though. So a shake is thick. It's like $7.99 for one of their large shakes. But the other thing is a smoothie. That's what they call it. Smoothie, which is something it's almost like a slushy, and they're a little bit cheaper. Smoothie sounds pretty good. It's a place called Cold Stone, but they're basically like an ice cream shop. And I noticed there's a price difference: $7.99 for a shake, or $6.99 for a shake, or something like that. Really high in price, but the smoothies are actually like $5.25 or something like that. Look, Dine-In Cinemas. Let's see what's playing. I saw this the other day. All right, Dungeons and Dragons. That looks like actually a halfway decent thing. I don't think I need to see Creed 3. This is where the ice cream goes, to your doorstep. full circle kind of thing. This is Valley Ranch. So this is where my church was when I had pretty much all 3 of my kids and started raising my family. And it was from this church, which is a pretty massive church. It's a Baptist church in Valley Ranch. Probably back in the day, a long time ago, NFL players probably went there. Probably a few. I think a basketball player went there, a famous basketball player, when we were going there. I can't think of his name, though. My ex-wife might know. But who's a pretty well-known basketball player. Okay, try to get into here. And access is granted. So now we gotta... These were actually something we considered living, but it's real expensive right here. This is right next to the church that I was baptized in. But these kind of reminds me of kind of Harry Potter. I don't know why. To me, it does. I don't know. It kind of has these tall buildings. They're I'll give you kind of an example, kind of a Harry Potter, but they're actually houses. So that's another thing that's kind of interesting. It's kind of English Tudor, not really Tudor, but it's kind of it's not really modern per se. It's just it would have been cool that if we got to live here, because then we'd have to always walk across the street to get to the church. It would have just been like walking distance. And also I worked like literally right in this area, but we just didn't have enough. All right, let me drop this one off. I gotta check something. All right. So open sesame do. Good. Yeah, it's that church right there. But I guess after maybe 4 years or so, and I asked them to help out with evangelical YouTube projects, and they told me no. I decided to move on to another church and see if maybe they'd help me. And my wife didn't like it, so my wife left. And that's the way it goes. I was baptized right there. Not a bad place. And I worked kind of way over there at a Walmart, and inside the Walmart at a bank. And I worked at another Kroger over there in the bank, and another Walmart, another Kroger, another Walmart, all in this area. One thing about the church that I thought was kind of funny was they always said something like, "This will be led in corporate prayer." Oh, why not just be led in prayer? You know, they just put the word corporate in front of it. So I had to like kind of go home and think, well, what's the difference between prayer and corporate prayer? I guess a lot of people were in corporate that were praying. Dun-dun-dun.
You know what? I remember the icing on the cake at the Cava Mediterranean place. You know what put the icing on the cake? It's because this family of 4 walked in, and I took care of their salad bowls and their rice. I was directing the line.
You want Dorito?
Oh,
Did you throw some of that Dorito down?
because your fingers touched it. Sorry. You can pick it up and eat it. The bird will. Anyways, so the icing on the cake was...
Yeah, birds do really well here.
Will you listen for a second, please? So what it was is this family of 4 was asking about pricing to the girl that was in charge of dips at station 2 out of 5. And it seemed like she wasn't making them happy.
Right.
So I said, I'll get the manager for you. That's when I got the manager. You know what the manager said to me?
What?
Did you talk to this customer? I said, no. And they're like, were you in the conversation? I said, no. But there are customers. I want to make them happy. They're a family of 4. So I overstepped the boundaries right there. And then she's like, I'm not talking to them. I said, no, I already said you were going to go out. Overstep the boundary.
Okay.
Because I want to make my customer happy to come back to my store and represent that brand. But no, they fired me at Kava. So you know what? That's what it was.
Would you put that chip back in the bag?
Nope, that's what it was. I remember when I was smoking earlier. That was just such a small cigarette. Let's fuck one more. Can't wait till HR gets a hold of me. I'll get a hold of them tomorrow.
Well, it sounds like you kind of fired yourself.
Well, no, because there was a family of 4 that had a question. My trainer was not handling it right. I did not embarrass her in front of people. And then they were like upset, like, what the heck? You never paid this price before.
Right.
Yeah, we know everything's going. So I said, man, I'll go talk to the manager. So I go talk to the manager in the back.
Left.
And then she's like, were you a part of the conversation? No. Then why do you care? Because it's my customer. It's a family of 4.
That's right.
My customer.
That's right.
Right. What? 12 steps back. By the way you've been talking to people, no bullcrap.
Well, you know, I mean, they're people.
I dropped some lemonade. I didn't say in front of everybody like, hello, I'm scratching. I bitched about that shit in the restroom. I went to the restroom, washed off my neck. I let my coworker know, so I did not abandon my station at that time.
Right, you don't want to abandon your station.
Correct. I was back within 3 minutes, and then I came back and said, thank you for watching my station.
What I always say about vlogs is there's always something underneath the vlog. What I say about little conversations that you have with work people is there's probably something underneath that. Maybe, you know, they have a friend that's coming there that they want to hire and they know how to push your buttons so you'll fire yourself, you know? See, what they need is an app that works for all people that are specialized in certain areas, like let's say fast food. So with this app, you can work at Long John Silver's, Taco Bell, Taco Bueno, McDonald's, Wendy's.
Oh, heck
you can
no.
work Jason's Deli.
Boo.
Okay, well, you like Taco Bell.
I'm not gonna work at Taco Bell. That's the bottom of my fish line.
Okay, so you're
That's
more
like
Einstein Bagels.
Yes.
Or
more counter
Kava.
service.
Okay, this was also work for Einstein Bagels and Kava on the border. It'll work anywhere that you're qualified, and they can qualify you.
Well, apparently I wasn't qualified at this stupid place.
Okay, so they can qualify you on the app, right? So what it has a little QR, right? So when you show up to work that day, you present the app and the QR.
They do have one, remember?
They do have one. They have some of
Let's
this.
already get that.
Taco Bell employees can cash out daily. Now, let's say you go like the Chili's and you go, hi, I'm your daily worker today. It's called Daily Work. It's called the Daily Work app. And then you show the app and there's a QR, and then they scan the QR. They got all your information. They got your social. They got your ID. They got everything they need. If you live on a reservation, then they know what reservation you lived on. They got your res card. Whatever it may be in the continent, right? So you show it to them, and then you begin working. Then when the little timer goes off, you go up to whoever's in charge, and you go, well, my timer went off. I'll never see you again. And then you leave, and you go to another place. Well, no, I'm saying these are certain types of workers, right? They don't want to work in the same place every freaking day. So they get to move around. It makes life fun. So you wake up in the morning, you got a big smile on your face because, like, today, I'm gonna be a lawyer because I passed the bar. So you go to the local DA or whatever it may be, you show them the app, they scan the QR, and you do law work that day. But then you also qualify to be a doctor. So you go to the local hospital the next day, and you scan that, and they see that you got all the medical stuff and that you passed everything on this app, and they let you be a doctor for that day. You know, not a surgeon, though. They're not probably going to let you be a surgeon. They probably won't let you do that. And then let's say you want to be an actor, and then you go to a local agency, you show them the little app and the QR, they scan you, and you're working with Spielberg. Then you leave that, and you maybe go back to, I don't know, maybe you become like a copywriter, or like just a writer, or let's say you go up to Saturday Night Live, and you said, look, according to the app, I'm funny. You just show it to that guy, what's his name? Lorne Michaels. And then he goes, oh, wow, you got the app. You're right. You're as funny as John Belushi. And then he scans a little QR and you start doing Saturday Night Live. It's an app that works for all people, right? And so then you just, whatever you qualify, and the app can ask you questions. Like, let's say the app has like a little robot voice. So you go and you log in and it goes, hello, welcome to Work Daily. What do you like to do today? And you woke up and you're like, well, I want to be a teacher. Okay, here's what you need to be a teacher. Do you have a Bachelor of Arts? And then you say, well, yeah, I do. Well, that's great. We can get you a teacher by probably the end of tomorrow. And then,
Hey, Mom. Say hi. You're on YouTube right now. Hi, Mom.
Well, she's not on right now. We're not live streaming.
How are you? I'm okay. Another one bites the dust.
Oh, you're talking about Kava? Oh, we got a thumbs up.
Oh, yeah, she saw the car got started.
Oh, that's cool.